Specifically, we're going to compare some masks and talk about masks being worn in public. Okay, so I've already talked about this type of neck gaiter style mask. It's the kind I've been wearing a lot. Only have one of these at the moment, so I've been washing it every day and then hang drying it, just hand washing it. Though I do have 4 more of these on order with different patterns, but being that we're in the midst of the apocalypse, they're probably not going to show up until the end of July. Yeah, it is what it is. But thanks to my friend Jan, who sent me this, I actually have a number of different types of I have accessible to me. I have this type here, which is a single thickness style mask. And I actually find this quite comfortable. It is a little tight on my face as far as wearing it at work, but I think it'd be very useful when I'm outside of work because I'm not wearing it outside of work for very long. Like, I'm in the store for half an hour, so I've got a mask on. At work, I'm wearing one of these things for 8 solid hours, unless I'm on break. So this will be useful outside of work, and I also really like the color. I also have this type of mask. I have a number of different these. I get two. I have a brown, a black one, a blue one, and a cream one. I gave the cream one to my wife because cream-colored objects in me don't match. Particularly if I'm at work, I don't wear light colors for a reason. I get way too dirty. But she happens to really like it because it's got a little adjustable thingies on here, which means that she can make it fit her ears the way she wants. So she's very happy with that. And these particular types of masks take filters if you'd like, and they fit in the little pocket in the back right here. Or the inside, I should say, not the back. But so these are nice because you get a little more structure here because of this ridge, so it doesn't sit on my nose as much, which is nice. And but it does hook on my chin a bit, which kind of makes me feel like something's holding my jaw closed. Yeah, this is all related to the fact that wearing a mask makes me think I'm being smothered, so that's a mental health issue. But it does do these things, so you might want to be aware of that. It does physically touch your chin. That kind of thing bugs you. This kind of mask may also bug you. That's one of the big advantages of this, is that if it comes to contact here, it's a little bit of pressure on my nose, but the rest of my face is not contained in any way. So those are things to be taken into consideration. Also, both of these type of masks do put a load on your ears, something that the neck gaiter doesn't do at all. Also, I can take this mask right here and do that. That's how fast it takes me to put the mask on. It takes 2 hands to put these on to get them over my ears, particularly if I'm wearing glasses at that moment. And I'm almost always wearing glasses because I wear prescription glasses, and at work I have to wear safety glasses even if they weren't prescription. But I wear prescription safety glasses at work. So there are advantages and disadvantages here. I can get this on and off. It doesn't put a load on my ears. I could, things like that. This lets my neck be uncovered. So that's good because I get air on my neck. That's a positive. It's hard for me to decide from moment to moment which is the best to have in any situation. Maybe in really warm weather, I'll wear this type because even though there'll be a load on my ears, my neck will be exposed and help me get some more air on my neck. However, if you're outdoors, having this style right here, if you pull this up like this and you put on a hat, and I always wear a hat, all right, you are covered like this from sunburn. So if you need to be out, you're completely covered. You are not going to get sunburn on your face at all, and you are wearing a mask. And if that's a big an issue, just pull it down like that, and you have the back of your head exposed, and you're still completely covered. Okay, now we're going to be talking about masks in public. Because if you're dressed like this, no software in the world is going to recognize your face. Because you don't have a face right now. You are nothing but eyes. And software can't work with that. I always have a hat. This is the hat I wear in the warmer weather. I like it because it's wicked light. It covers my head. It's a light color so it doesn't get warm itself. And it folds up in a heartbeat. Stuff it into a pocket. I always wear cargo pants when I'm not at work. So I can stow this into a pocket in seconds. So I want you to imagine for a moment that you've decided you want to go to a rally. Not something I want to go to at this point in my life. I don't want to be in crowds. Really don't want to be in crowds. The diabetic 55-year-old does not want to become someone who has COVID-19. But say you do. What might you do in that situation? Say if things go pear-shaped and you would rather not be questioned by the police. I am not abdicating violence. I am not abdicating looting, particularly looting. But I understand that we're in a rebellion and things happen. If I may quote Chris Rock, I understand. Um, so there may be a point where you don't want to be seen by the police. So if you're in your protest, here's just a suggestion. This is just a suggestion, all very, very in theory. So theoretically, you could wear a colored t-shirt. On top of that colored t-shirt, you wear a long sleeve, plain black t-shirt. You wear a mask and a hat. If things go pear-shaped, take off the hat, you take off the mask, you stow them in your pocket. You pull off the black t-shirt, you throw it away. You don't carry it, you throw it away. Slap a bandana on your head, put a mask on your face, and if you can do it, take off your glasses. And you walk away. Because you suddenly don't look anything like you did a minute ago. And if a cop is looking for someone in a tan hat with a blue mask and a black shirt and glasses, and suddenly is presented with someone in a yellow shirt wearing a purple bandana and a purple mask and no glasses, that's not very likely to trip their pattern recognition in their heads. I'm just saying. Could be useful. Your mileage may vary. So there are advantages to this type of mask and there are advantages to this type of mask. So far, this is still the clear winner for me for use at work. It is just so much easier to do that. And I'm done. And if I need to, and if it's really warm, I can wet this down and put it on and wear it. Dampen it, not soak it, but wring it out because at the moment it's slightly damp. It is very cool at the moment because of the fact that I've got air moving, and at work I have air moving because we have fans at the table. Because I actually took this off the drying rack before it was dry, so I could make this video. So this type of mask so far, this neck gaiter style, is the clear winner for me. If I fold it, double fold it up at the top, most of the pressure is here. It's a very little amount on my nose. It's very slight, it's almost completely not noticeable. Less than this one, a little bit more than this style. It completely covers me, so I've got nothing exposed as far as my taking air in. And getting it on or off, when I'm not using it, that is awesome. If I take these off, again, it takes two hands to get them off, or at least one hand longer to get it off. I have to store it somewhere. This one I don't. Pull it down, I forget about it until I need it again. It's a big advantage to that. And in the meantime, it is actually protecting my neck from the sun. I think this thing provides an SP30. I'm not positive on that one. Don't quote me. So there are a lot of mask options out there, and I'm not a big advocate of the disposable kind. I realize that sometimes people have no choice, particularly if you have certain types of jobs. I completely understand. I don't like them myself. I don't want to be putting things into the waste stream every damn day like that if I can avoid it. So I would rather use even just a bandana than a disposable one. And I actually have used this one and used a bandana style mask since I even had this one, because this one at the time was at home actually in the wash. I wash it in the washer once a week. So I needed to go out, so I just grabbed a bandana because I always have a bandana in my pocket, always, regardless of the time of year, regardless of whether we're in a pandemic or not. So I always carry a bandana with me. So if I need an emergency bandana, I always have one with me. I can make a mask in a heartbeat in that way. So I'm covered. Though I will freely admit that the one in my pocket does occasionally get used as snot cloth, so it way not like me the cleanest thing in the universe. But I do change that out regularly as well. But it's better than no mask at all. I would rather have a slightly snotty rag strapped to my face than get COVID-19, if you don't know what I mean. So, let's be real here. So this has been talking about masks and the different types that you have available to you, and also how you might use those masks in public. Say if you have to attend or want to attend a protest rally. Because we are in the midst of a rebellion. It's a revolution out there. Don't call it a riot, because it isn't. People want their rights. They deserve their rights. Their rights have been denied for too long. And this channel is inherently supportive of Black Lives Matter. This is a channel that is pro-Black lives, pro-gay lives, pro-trans lives, pro-sex workers, pro-women. I'm an intersectional feminist. If you don't like any of these things, if you come here for the gear vids and you like to have them all nice and clean and divested of any kind of possible politics, this is not the channel for you. I recently had someone leave a comment on my channel, and they had a name, their YouTube nickname was inherently anti-progressive, and I just blocked their ass. Maybe we were just talking about knives. I don't give a shit. You come at me with a handle that says you are inherently not progressive, you are not welcome here. I'm not going to just sit back and have a nice little chat with somebody because we have a similar interest in knives or flashlights or anything else. You like my weapons build? Cool. You're not an intersectional feminist? I don't want to hear from you. So this has been your social conscious message along with the discussion of masks today. Sorry if you didn't want it, but this channel supports Black Lives Matter. This channel is about social justice. If that bothers you, bye.